Safety first. Oh God.
Keep it up. Keep it up. We're just gonna go slow.
Put on 70.
Open it.
3, 2, 1. There we go.
Now, are you done? You gotta put it together now, bro.
Yeah. This is the screen, I think. Pull this all back. Ripped all that off.
You're gonna break it.
Okay.
So since they decided to send us a treadmill, since I do a lot of fitness videos, right?
Yes.
Well, went ahead and said, yeah, we'll do a review on this treadmill. They do have an app, and the Kickstarter deal shows that they have like a whole screen, but I played around with the app. You're supposed to put your phone right here, and I played around with it. It's not the best. The other things, I mean, get off of it, Owen.
Okay. You're like doing
Look, you left all your trash right here, dude. Go put it in the trash. Kids. But there's not a whole lot to it. They just have this little magnet switch that you're supposed to put right here, and that allows it to start. Kind of like, I guess, when you're doing the, I don't know, I'd look at it as like when you're driving a boat. So if you fall out the boat stops, or a jet ski or something like that. So there's not a whole lot to this thing. It's supposed to tie in, I guess, Bluetooth, but the app was weird, and you can only do certain kind of passwords, no special characters. I just found it a drag to have to drag up an app. It doesn't tie into Google Fit. I did ask about that, but we'll use it as a treadmill for things. But yeah, so you hit start.
And then you walk.
And the thing I found on it was when you step on it, the motor doesn't react, so it kind of like drags. I guess it's kind of a cheap treadmill. So, but this is not what this video is about anyway.
Don't try this at home. It's gonna get a little crazy.
Fire it up, bro.
I'm a trained professional skater.
A trained professional treadmill skater, right? How fast can you make that booger go?
75.
7.5? It goes 75 miles an hour?
Yeah.
What? Just ride, bro.
Don't try this at home. We are trained professionals, and my dad taught me. Okay.
That may not be hold up much, Owen. We gotta put the thing on, so it's not. You're gonna hold on to that so it's safe. Safety first.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you need to, just pull the string.
Yeah.
Okay. How fast we going?
3.
3?
3 miles.
You ready?
Yeah.
Keep up with it.
It's just so slow.
All right, we'll go faster.
3 miles. Just 3.
3.0. Let me try it. You have an extension on this thing or something, bro? You have to start it.
I already started
I can't see
it.
up here.
I already started it.
I know, but can you hit the start up here?
Okay.
Pedal.
Oh God. It's hard.
Pedal.
It's scary.
You want me to do it?
What?
You want me to do it?
Oh God.
You mean you almost got it?
You should wear
It's too slow.
You should wear the helmet. Put it on 7.5.
It's on 7.5.
Okay.
We're gonna change the gears.
Oh, when he falls, he gonna fall.
Why is it grinding down?
Skirt.
Don't hit the brakes. So this next one, I've done a live stream talking about this board. If you've been around the Discord server, you've hung out in the little LED project section. You can see one more, get a little closer because he's got his cool little stuff down there. LEDeez. And you can say the second part. But then even the cooler part is because, you know, might recognize that because it's cool and stuff, right?
This is Zigbee coordinator. This is cool and stuff.
He's kind of done some scope creep on this, you know, kind of went bigger, you know, as all engineering projects do. And, well, he's come out with something more. And I want to see what they look like. And now look at this. He even has a cool, now you may not get the same thing as I, so don't, you know, get mad at me or him if you, you know, order from him. I'll put the website below if you want to check out some of his cool little boards. But he's made some smaller ones. I believe these are for 5 volts. Tested. I don't know if he's done 12 volts. Now, of course, this other module is ESP32, and it does come, I believe, with WLED installed, but it's, if not, it's very simple to install. So I ordered 3 of these from him because I wanted to get some of the fun before they were all gone, right? These are ESP8266, and they are paneled together, but you can just break the tabs. And he's already got the little screw, you know, terminal connectors. Now, he did on this one, he's put some chunkier ones on here and does include those little plugs. That's kind of cool. I do like that he had the little plugs for him, but of course that raises cost, raises size, so he went to do something simple. So yeah, this is ground 5 volts. Yeah, ground 5 volts, LED 1 and ground. So I do think it has a little level shifter. So yeah, you can see he's called them LEDeez 5. I'm guessing that's designed for 5 volt LEDs. I think he said 12 volt, do at your own risk. This can handle the AMS 1117, but potentially you could have some heat issues. That's, again, do at your own risk anyway. So, but you can see he's got the 3v3 TX RX. Yeah, ground. Oh, there's GPIO 0 RX TX and 3v3. Cool that he has them all labeled and done for you, and everything's ready to go. And I wonder if he has a 3D printed case for this yet. Now, that would be pretty cool. Just an all-in-one little beautiful little black module. Yeah, so there's his store if I didn't have it upside down. Right there, but of course, you know, I'll put the links down below. Because, you know, sometimes it sucks trying to type stuff in like that. So we'll do a little quick test of the mini LEDeez. This is 5 volts, so I do have a 5 volt power supply. That's just on these little little alligator crimps here. And I plugged in a little wire that you get off of those addressable LEDs. And these are SK6812s, I believe, which means they have a white channel than the RGB. So they're like, I would call them 4-channel LEDs. And again, they are 5 volts. And let's fire this puppy up. It's pretty damn simple, I would say, to get things moving along. Let's get a little animation just to see. But you can see pretty simple to wire this thing up. is just feed it 5 volts in, and you can wire your stuff out, and there's nothing else really needed to do for this. And if you really want a case, they have them down at your local little convenience store. Yeah, they're a Tic Tac case. Thanks to Want More for sharing that, and that's his picture there. So kind of cool little case, and yeah, you can pretty much get that and enjoy some minty fresh breath at the same time, right? So we'll turn that light out so you can see. And this isn't really a commercial for the LEDs themselves, but you can really see why I prefer the true white channel in some of these. Some of the effects are just quite awesome looking with the pure white channel instead of using RGB to make that lavender white mess. But of course, these are more expensive. But yeah, this is just running WLED, and it's pretty simple to do, and then I'll probably end up doing something in the whole Christmas light world with these because they're cheap and they work well and they're simple to connect. So if you want to find this stuff, you'll find the link for this little board down below. So while we're doing LEDs, let's talk about some more LEDs. And they contacted me and said, hey, you want to check out some Zigbee stuff? I said, sure enough. So here we are. And I've kind of looked at this just to power it up and see how it worked. And if it worked with Zigbee to MQTT, got rid of all the stupid plastic. That's annoying, especially on a microphone. And it's just your kind of run-of-the-mill LED strip. Now, one thing I didn't really like about it per se is, I'll turn this the right way so you guys and gals can see it, is the order of things. And let's just be real. Most of the time, especially for me, if I'm going to be doing LED strips under the counter, probably going to be doing some combination of warm white and cool white. Every once in a while, I may use the color. I didn't like that they split this far. Like, it seemed like that would put the cool white and the warm white together. That way it more blends when you're trying to do a blend of those two colors. Because even with a diffuser, you'll still be able to see it where you get that cool white, warm white. It kind of looks weird. But, hey, whatever. So these are 12-volt lights. And like I say, they are Zigbee. And I think this comes with a 2 amp 12-volt power adapter. Now, I haven't looked to see what's inside. 120 watt max, 5 amp max, and Zigbee hub required. Well, we got the Zigbee to MQTT thing. So I'm going to see what chip they used. So not a whole lot the controller as expected. Can we see? Oh, the MG21. So that would be the Side Labs. I believe that's that EVVR. I've seen these chips used in some other different modules. They're pretty decent for, it should do some routing as well. So we'll link this up with Zigbee to MQTT, and I'll post a little screenshot and show it should do as a router. Let me put the case back together and we'll pair it right back up. So you can see kind of what I'm talking about. The warm white, cool white. It's just split too far away. I think that the better design would be where that's just my preference. So yeah, it's got some decent colors to it. It's hard to show that really, but on camera, they are pretty bright, and I've had to back this off, but you get all your typical colors and they come out of that one straight LED there. So pretty cool little light strip, and I don't know, maybe we'll put it somewhere since it also does Zigbee routing. So I thought these next things were gonna be pretty cool. It was a company that, I know they have a lot of things for wanting to be local, but I had an issue. I just wanted to see if this would pair up, and it worked shortly and then stopped working. I wanted to see just the relay worked on it. But the big problem I had with it, and you'll see, is this is only 3 amps. So really in the US, and I don't really know why you would use it in other countries the same way, but I don't know all the electrical standards. Same kind of deal I had with the NS panel, or called the not safe panel. was those relays were just severely underrated, like 2 or 4 amp, or I forgot what it was. And you know, you may be saying, well, I'm just going to use 3 amp lighting. That's a lot. Well, what if your bulb fails and goes to a short? Now it's pulling more than 3 amps. And you don't want the device to be the weakest link. You want the breaker to always be the weakest link, so it's supposed to kick out and stop your house from burning down as much, right? Well, I believe this does have a fuse on it, but the problem was I ended up popping the fuse on it. And, well, that's not any good. It's not really user replaceable. You can see, which is weird, they actually went with a 15 amp relay, but I guess the traces are less than that. Is right here. It looks like there's a fuse here and a fuse here. So let's try this fuse. Nada. That fuse is still good. I like that they did put fuses on here, but if you're going to make something that's only 3 amp, it's too easy to pop. I mean, what if someone puts a ceiling fan or whatever or something on this in-wall relay and pops the fuse? That's not really user replaceable. You're going to have to solder those on there. Not really something I'm probably going to recommend. So it's like they tried to be a Shelly, but Zigbee, and then a weird shape. Don't really understand it. Maybe it worked better in some other countries, but probably not a product for, I don't know, it's odd. It had some good potential, but maybe in the next revision. So I did a previous guide on the first revision of this Linkind light switch and dimmer. It was pretty cool because it had an ESP32 inside, had the pads for us, and it was stupid simple to do Tasmodo on it, and it had 2 buttons. Pretty awesome stuff. But they came out with another model, and well, let's see how this plays out. Now, one thing, just to compare both, is this the previous model? Well, let me just get them the right ways, right? That has the little rim around it. That's the previous model. And I can already tell one thing they did away with, that one of the features I really liked, well, was this air gap. You know, what's the air gap? Well, you could pull this switch, and that would basically disconnect the switch. So if you need to reboot it, or if you had it hooked to smart bulbs, you could pull that and it would kill the load to your bulbs. But they took that off. I guess that's a cost saving. You can still see the little gap in there, but I don't see any switch in there. One thing I did like that they did make a change with was the ground. They sunk the ground inside, because I know some people had issues with the ground being too high in some boxes. So good thing there. But pretty much that's the only changes on the outside. So let's take a look inside, because is the switch even worth a damn? I mean, they are 3 times the cost. Well, maybe not that. We were getting these when they were on sale for like $5 a pop if you bought like the 4-pack, which is pretty awesome for a smart switch for what they were. But I mean, considering some of the other switches are $10 to $15, if not $20. So these were kind of in the normal price range when I bought it. So let's take a closer look at, and let me zoom into this bad boy. But it just pulls apart like the previous one. What are they using inside? 15 amp relay. And looks like they still have the little fuse there. Not a whole lot in the bottom, as you can see. So just mainly the like typical deal, they do that separation where the mains is down on this board and then the low voltages on the top. So I'm gonna find my spudger and we'll pop this board out of here. Already I can see they've done some cost saving measures. Dun dun dun. I don't know if you can see in the reflection. That is not an ESP chip. C chip, CC8000. It's not going to work out. So it's not really a standard module. I guess these are LEDeez or LEDeez, I don't know how you'd say it, that make these. And they've actually made some of these for the Wise smart switches as well. So, nope. Gonna have to give them a thumbs down on this one. And if you can find the older models of these smart switches, you hang on to them, because the new ones suck.